All right, folks, we are here once again at Ralph Boyer Stadium. The Alamogordo Tigers traveled to Carlsbad. I think that's about 2.5 hours of a drive. So that is their travel. 1-2 at home, the Cavemen are, and 2-2 away on the season. Just 3-4. We were looking for that fourth win last week. It was just within grasp of the Cavemen. Lost in an overtime with an extra point, just with 1 point. But it's that 41-40 loss against Oregon Mountain really put the pressure on the Cavemen for tonight's win. So fifth in district right now out of 7, behind Cruces, Centennial, Oregon Mountain, and Hobbs, only in front of Clovis and Clovis and Alamogordo, as a matter of fact. Tonight, the Alamogordo Tigers come into Carlsbad rocking the yellow pants, white socks, white jerseys, black helmets, reminiscent of a Pittsburgh Steelers squad. Pretty sharp. I would say this is probably the best road unis that we've seen come into Carlsbad this year. What do you say, Ruben?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like they're pretty nice. They do look like the Steelers. Hopefully they don't play like the Steelers,
right.
And we look like the Steelers tonight.
The Cavemen rocking brand new helmets we've never seen before. The dark gray. It looks like a matte black / dark gray, whichever way you want to look at it. It's got blue numbers on the side. Pretty sharp stuff. It looks like, if you guys can't see it, which it's probably hard to see from your angle, it's very much like the Detroit Tigers black uniforms this year. Will we see black uniforms next year is the question. I think the answer to that is absolutely. But, I don't have any hints. I haven't had any giveaways. I've just heard rumors around it, not directly from the source. So, we'll have to ask him on the podcast next week. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, the Colton McKibben just on the 2-yard line. So Alamogordo going to take this one. It looks like they're going to do the starburst here and taking down an Artesia level of play right there. And the Cavemen going to get them stopped down at the 15-yard line. Going to be first and 10 for Alamogordo deep in their own side of the field. And we're going to get this thing rocking. 11 minutes and 53 playoffs of the game. Alamogordo big on the run game, and here is about a 2-yard gain there for Alamogordo.
Yeah, that play didn't look like it developed much. It was just a shotgun formation and a handoff to the running back.
And here again, here's the option, and looks like a pretty good amount of yardage right there. Might be a first down, and it will be. Number 30, Dylan Hergenredder. We'll get used to those names throughout, but Dylan Hergenredder to start things off for Alamogordo again, handing it off to the running back there, Hergenderger. And if you guys have a phonetic spelling for us, throw it in the comments section. So Alamogordo heavy on the run game. Was looking through the stats of what they have in the air. It is not a lot of yards per game in the air, that's for sure. And here we're going to see about a yard gain, if that. No, it might just be at the line of scrimmage here for Alamogordo. So not much there. Third, and try and keep putting pressure on this Alamogordo team, forcing them to do things that they're not used to doing. Here's a pass attempt here, and that's wide open for a first down there to number 10, Tristan Bowman. It wasn't even close. Nobody there to cover him.
Yeah, I felt like they changed out a lot of personnel to get the running game going. Look, they're doing it again, and Alamogordo's hurrying up with their hiking the ball. Quarterback.
All right, so nice run there by number 12, Nathaniel Best. He is the starting quarterback for Alamogordo, leading rusher on the squad as well. So he will be holding on to it quite a bit tonight to get some much-needed yardage throughout. So nice bubble screen there, and that's going to be about a 3-yard gain, just short of the first down. But Alamogordo continues to march in putting up positive numbers each play.
Offense.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, I like that.
Again, here's Best in the shotgun. He's going to go ahead and keep this one to get to the first down. Maybe. We'll see where that is going to be spotted, and we got a flag on the play. What it could be, I'm not sure.
It looks like he's probably going to get it, or he's going to be real close. Forward progress, but there was a penalty somewhere.
I am dead set on where the first down marker is and where this ball is, and it is not at the first down.
It's going to be short by about 4 inches.
It is. It is going to be short, but we'll see what that flag is. And they're trying to confirm this one. Yes, so that is not
holding.
Going to be good for Alamogordo.
Yep, holding.
So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Alamogordo now. A big hit on that penalty. And that is one thing that we want to see the Cavemen improve upon this game as opposed to last game is the amount of penalties that they had to take on throughout the game. Here's the pass again. That's not going to do it. So it's going to be 4th and about 5 for Alamogordo. That pass went to Hergenreder. And I'm just going to try and spell that out the way I think it's supposed to be said. Hergenreder.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
9 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. It looks like they're ready to punt. A little bit of confusion there for Alamogordo. They've got one less guy on the field than they want. Ty Young back for the Cavemen. Speedster, and that's a bad snap there over the top. Still got it off. Not a bad punt considering the conditions there, and the bounce is pretty neutral there. Bounce back, bounce forward, and this is going to end up on the Cavemen 35-yard line, and the Cavemen in a pretty good position to start off their first offensive drive at 8 minutes and 45 seconds. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. Women, here's your yearly reminder to get your mammogram. If it has been more than a year since you were last checked, make an appointment now. Early detection saves lives. An alert for tonight. Carlsbad Bettis has an opportunity to break the passing touchdown record in a season. He has 22. Here's a nice pass to Eloy Lopez to get things started and about a 4-yard gain. Just one more passing touchdown for Carlsbad Bettis, and it'll tie the record. We might see history tonight, Ruben.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm thinking they're going to get it. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're going to get it before the first half. That's my prediction.
Yeah, let's hope so. 8 minutes, 15 seconds. Perez, the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hands this one off, this one to Brock Wright, and he's able to get about 3 yards. If I were to guess, and I don't have the exact because you don't really get it on Max Preps or anything like that as to what the yards are per carry. But if I were to guess, Brock Wright's got to be 3.5 yards a carry. I mean, it's
pretty
constant.
solid.
When he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, he's probably going to get another yard at least. And that's typical. He's a big kid. He's physical, strong. Now we got 2 running backs in the backfield, Ian Sandoval and Brock Wright. 2 receivers out left, 1 to the right on the short side. Bettis hands it off. This is going to get to the first down, and that one, I believe,
I think he's across.
no, that is not. I don't think that was Sandoval, was it?
34, yes, it is. I'm pretty sure that's Sandoval's
It
number.
is. It is. Ian Sandoval with the carry there. All right, so 7 minutes and 8 seconds here in the first quarter. Cavemen at a 4th down and 1. We thought he had gotten to the first down. They're going to have to punch this one through. Alamogordo very much prepared for that run. But Bettis is going to hold on to this one. He's got nobody in front of him to block. So Alamogordo is going to take over on downs, and the Cavemen run right into that Alamogordo defense that was prepared for that moment.
See, and my problem is I feel like he crossed that 45-yard line on the last play.
I thought he
guess
did
he
too.
just got a bad spot or something happened, but there's no challenge on spotting the football like there is in the pros. So
there's not.
Just have to play some defense.
Well, and on that one, you almost want to see maybe an option play as a possibility just to have the backup. Perez can get away from guys, but, the takeoff speed is a little bit more delayed than your typical guys, Eloy Lopez, your speedsters.
Yeah, or have Wright be the lead blocker like a fullback.
Right, well, he kind of was right there. But here's another nice run by the quarterback, Nathaniel Best. as he's able to get a first down and about 20 yards total. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what that ends up being. Cavemen hoping that's against Alamogordo, and it looks like it is. They're kind of disappointed in the conversation they're having with the referee. We'll see what it is. It is holding on the offense. So another 10-yard penalty. And instead of a first down, this Tigers team is going to be on first and long. Way long.
What is that, about 16, 17?
Yeah, first and 16. And here's the handoff. No, held on to by Best, and he trucks through the defense. I think he got through Venegas right there. Got over him, and he got about 12 yards on the play. So
maybe more.
Second and 4 here for the Tigers, and their offense looks pretty good tonight, especially for the record. It doesn't show, I don't think, what their ability is here tonight. And there's a first down for the Tigers, putting it in the air more than I expected as well. Yeah, it shows Alamogordo is 1-6 on the season. They beat Piedra Vista in overtime 36-35, so their only win was a tight matchup win. They lost to Deming, Groswell, Albuquerque, Oregon Mountain, Hobbs, and Centennial. And here's Best again. And he's going to get about 4 yards there.
Okay, what the team is doing. Just like the Cavemen losing to Lovington and losing this past weekend to Oregon Mountain, those are 2 games they could have easily won.
Right, absolutely. So here's Hergenreder for a couple of yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 here. And Best looks like he's got some space to run, ran into some traffic, and unless your kicker's solid like we have, but in this case we're seeing Alamogordo take their chances. 4 minutes, 54 seconds, and Best is going to get absolutely trampled. 3 blue jerseys all over him. That's McKibben, that's Anderson, and that was also Simon Rubio. So 3 studs on the defense just getting in there and giving him no time at all. Cavemen going to take over on downs, 1st and 10 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds in the first quarter. Cavemen want to see what they can do here, get past the 50-yard marker on this drive. So Perez is back. 3 receivers out left, 1 to the right. He finds his man, he goes over. That was an attempt to throw it to Richard Hernandez. And that one was high. So overthrew his target there. It's going to make it 2nd and 10. Caveman defense getting to go over film now on the bench. We talked about it a little bit on the podcast, that they get on the sidelines and they talk about it. They kind of get to watch film, see what their last plays were, and it's crazy how instant that is. And that handoff went to number 34. That was Ian Sandoval. So Ian Sandoval and Brock Wright kind of switch off sometimes. We heard him just now say Brock Wright. So here's Perez again looking for somebody. He's got some time, though. On the run, he sees Hernandez this time. Is that about 25 yards?
Yeah, pretty close.
So the Cavemen are going to have this one. They do get past the 50-yard line. And Sandoval getting more snaps than we've seen in the recent weeks. Recovered from a collarbone fracture. I think it was a double fracture on his collarbone. Tough thing to recover from right before the season started, but he's here tonight doing big things.
And you know, he was itching to get in there because he's a senior this year, isn't he?
Absolutely. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. Fakes the handoff to Sandoval. He's got pressure. Gets it to Sandoval in the air, and it drops out of his hands.
I think he was starting to look upfield.
He was. He kind of looked up early. So it's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Cavemen. And yeah, we're used to seeing a lot of Brock Wright. Tonight we haven't seen as much. He's been in there, and I don't know if there's something that's holding him back tonight. Trying to find him on the sideline. I don't see him. So I'm not sure if there's something going on there. We hope not.
You can see him right there on the sideline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's just waiting to get in there. 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Perez scrambling to his arm side, looking downfield.
Ooh.
And that was a good play by the defense to get there and knock that ball down, but a flag on the play.
It might have been pass interference because it looked like he was going to catch it, and it kind of went down. So maybe they touched him early.
No, it looked like great defense to me.
Yeah, unless he was early. Guess we'll find out here in a few
Yeah,
seconds.
we're going to see what this play was, but if, by
There
what
goes
I
Brock.
saw, the ball was right at his hands, and he knocked
Yeah.
it down. A perfect defensive play, exactly what you want as a coach. We got to see what this flag was about, because that flag got thrown immediately.
Well, why are they way up there? Look, like it's already a first down. You know what I mean? Because look where the thing is at. It's past that. They haven't
All
moved the
right,
flag
so
yet.
referee has not made a call just yet.
It's like he's talking to the offense or the other referee.
So pass interference, if that was the case, I believe it's a 15-yard gain. It's not at the spot of the foul like we'd see in the NFL.
Well,
And it looks like they're just going to mark this back.
I don't know. They're going to the original line of scrimmage right now, but it might be on the Cavemen. Maybe it was.
And it is. So that's going to be
Offensive pass.
holding, I'm assuming. Oh, no, that's delay of game.
Huh.
Okay, there's a lot of hand movements I'm
Yeah.
missing out on, so I could have been wrong on that
It
one.
looked like he was
But
doing
why would you throw the flag so
Macarena.
late if that was the case? So we'll have to see what that was.
Yeah, that was a big penalty. Now it's 4th and like 16, so that's going to be a punt play if that's the case. I feel like it would be down over, wouldn't it? Because we were on 3rd down. Did we lose it down?
It's going to be 4th and about 16 here
Yeah.
for the Cavemen, so they're going to get a punt off now. Evan Leos, the punter for the Cavemen. 3 minutes, 21 seconds here in the first quarter, and it's really not gone well for the Cavemen offensively thus far. Here's a line drive for Leos, and looking for that good bounce. Can it happen? And it kind of did. I was kind of hoping that it hit the corner of the ball and sprung forward at the end, but kind of died out. But still, pinning him on the 15-yard line. Pretty good punt there. So with a little over 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, Alamogordo is going to take over again at the 15-yard line, kind of where they've been starting often tonight. So we're going to have to check in to see what the score is for the, if you guys have it, let us know, the Padres-Dodgers game. And there's really no way to record it. It looks like 1-0 Dodgers lead. The middle of the 5th inning, and right there, the Tigers are going to grab some yardage on the ground and a player down for Alamogordo. And always interesting because the other teams bring their trainers, but the Cavemen always send their trainers as well just to double check. And I'm guessing the reason for that is that they say, hey, what do you need?
Exactly. That's
Okay.
exactly what I was going to say. You need ice, you need, and then just to see what's going on, because if it's something major, then they can tell the ambulance right away or somebody. But
Right.
if it's not, then be like, yeah, if you need something, just let us know, because they're going to carry a bag,
Okay.
but they're not going to have that much stuff.
I was
that they
going to
bring.
say, come on, they're never going to say, hey, do you need ice? Hey, do you need ice? Well,
Hey,
we'll think about
that's
it in a minute.
Hey,
there,
that's
guy.
swelling up. Can we get ice?
Right. 3 minutes on the clock. It's going to be 2nd and 4 for the Tigers. Beautiful night here at Ralph Boyer. And here is the handoff. again, and this one's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, about a yard loss. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. Carlsbad Medical Center offers 3D mammography. 3D exams are clinically proven to significantly increase the detection of breast cancer. To schedule a mammogram, call Carlsbad Medical Center at 575-887-4481. And there's another attempt by Alamogordo, and it looks like it's going to be right there on the line or like on the first down marker.
It looks like it's just short. Yeah, it's probably like 6 inches short is what it looks like where they spotted it. I feel like they made it to the line, which would have been a first down, but hey, they're going to go for it on fourth down. But I feel like
really
they don't have the tush push in college. I mean, in high school. I haven't seen it.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
That's a long pass.
All right, here's a deep pass there over the top on the left side, and they did make the catch. Beautiful catch there. Beautiful play by the Tigers. That was caught by number 10 for Alamogordo.
Tristan Bowman.
So Tristan Bowman has made a couple of big catches for the Tigers tonight. It has been him and Hergenretter that have been the main weapons for Best tonight. Couple of yards there for Alamogordo as they continue to march. But neither team has entered the red zone yet tonight, and both of them have had plenty of opportunities. Offensively, they've both had about 3 possessions.
There goes Hergenretter again. Close to a first down. About 3 yards short.
All right, today we had a pep assembly, like a pink and neon pep assembly. It was pretty cool. I'll tell you about it here in just a second. Here's Best with the carry again, and that one's going to be another couple of yards. It's going to come up short of the first down, I believe. We'll see where the spot is, but they're going to have another 4th down attempt here. And Alamogordo's had to have gone through at least 4 fourth downs in this game so far, and he's going to get stopped. So Cavemen going to turn over on downs there.
Who was that,
Great
34?
job. I think that was 94.
Is it 94?
That was number 94, Zaylen Pizante.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
Good shot on the quarterback there. He shot through the line and got there quickly. And the Cavemen have seen a running quarterback, a talented quarterback like this before. It came from Centennial.
Yeah.
That was their main weapon in Las Cruces. And if they had any preparation for tonight's game, it was then. 54 seconds left in the first quarter. And when the ball changes possession this many times, it feels like the first quarter lasts forever.
Yeah.
So many stopped clocks. And there's a nice pass to Bobby Castaneda. He went forward, he went backwards, he went up, he went down, but he ended up with some good yardage there.
Yeah, it looked like
About
he was going to be on
yards.
the original line of scrimmage, and he kind of scrambled around and ended up, 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6 on that play.
Pretty athletic wide receiver. Castaneda leads the squad in receiving yards and receiving yards per game. This year, Castaneda has about 76 and a half receiving yards per game. Pretty solid. And here's another catch by Castaneda, and that time not going to work. But they are going to stop him at where the contact was made. See, I think there's like a fine line between that, because when you elect to run backwards, then they have to count that as where you end up getting hit. In that particular case, it felt like he was trying to run back to get away, and they still spotted him favorably.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of a fine line, I guess, but that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. Cavemen 0, Tigers 0.
That over-under is sure not looking like the 50-plus is going to be there, because I think that's the first scoreless first quarter that we've seen.
No, absolutely. All right, folks. The Tigers this year at 1-6, the Cavemen at 3-4. Both teams kind of at the bottom of the district this year. What we're really looking forward to tonight is to see if the Cavemen can open things up and really give themselves a shot at the postseason or the playoffs for a state title contention. Now, there is not, I'll be honest, there's not a lot of people in Carlsbad believing that the Cavemen are going to, take it to the state championship. But a playoff is a huge victory for the Cavemen on an upswing from a 2-8 season last year. And all that does is just build upon what your program's going to look like. 5 wins this year, 4 to 5 wins this year shows improvement. 5 to 6 wins next year. You're seeing more athletes come out, more athletes wanting to be a part of the program that is successful and building their players up in strength and ability. So Perez looking over the top, wide open wide receiver, and it was just too deep to number 23, Jaden Harper.
That's the first time I think I've heard that name called.
Yeah.
But
so sophomore Jaden Harper.
I think he throws that 1 yard less, and he catches it in stride for a touchdown.
Tonight there is a freshman that got the start, I believe, on defense is what I was told, Sean Cruz. So a big shout out to Sean Cruz on his debut at the varsity level. Pretty impressive to be out there as a freshman. Pretty awesome. So 4th and 4 for the Cavemen, and they're not going to take any chances here. And Leos punts this one. Pretty good bounce there. That's what you want to see, and it's going to be at about the 20-yard line for Alamogordo to take over there. So Alamogordo going to have the ball here to start off the second quarter pretty much. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. So a big thank you to Carlsbad Medical Center for the sponsorship tonight, making sure this is possible to you for free. They want to let you know that they have mammograms available. Call Carlsbad Medical Center at 575-887-4481. Here's the handoff again to Hergenretter, and that's going to get a good yardage gain, about 5 yards there, as the Tigers continue to put the pressure on the Cavemen's defense. Both defenses have really been the story tonight so far for the first quarter at least. Offense has shown promise, and then penalties have taken that promise away. But it looks like the Tigers here are going to get an easy first down on just 2 plays. So 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Nathaniel Best is a threat on the ground at all times, but his passing game has looked pretty solid as well. Here's a deep pass attempt for Best. It looks like he's got a wide receiver open, and that wide receiver couldn't pull it down.
I feel like
it was perfect for him.
Yeah, he didn't keep running.
No,
he
he
kind
didn't.
of like stopped thinking it was going to be right there, and if he'd have taken 2 more steps, he would have caught it in stride.
And both teams have attempted some deep shots, and neither team's wide receivers have been able to pull it down. I believe on the Caveman side, it was just some overthrown shots right there for Best. I mean, it was right in the perfect spot. Couldn't ask for better. He catches that, he might be on his way to a touchdown. The Caveman lucked out there. 11 minutes, 12 seconds. Hergenretter, another couple of yards.
Looks like 52 and 12 are going in at it. I'm surprised there wasn't a unsportsmanlike conduct flag thrown. Did you see him kind of shoving each other?
Pretty big mismatch on the size right there.
Yeah, 52 is a
not
big
very
dude.
Big.
Yeah, but I think he got mad because that guy kept pushing him after the whistle blew, and it's like, hey, dude, get off me. The play is over.
So both of these teams had a little bit of beef with each other apparently before the game. Some social media back and forth and jokes on either side's part, but I guess we'll see what happens tonight. It looks like it's going to be pretty heated throughout the rest of this game. But both teams in the bottom 3 of the district. So we're going to see. Are they going to come out swinging?
It's like
and
the
show
Dodgers
up?
and the Padres.
Right, exactly.
Padres wearing black and gold tonight, and
Yeah.
the Cavemen are the Dodgers.
So right now, just an update on the playoffs as well. Dodgers lead 1-0 still in the top of the 6th. Feels like that game is going by super fast. So,
Yeah, for sure, because it started at 6, and it's only 7:30. Usually that's the 3rd or 4th inning, and I think it's just, without them scoring, a lot of pitching and a lot of strikeouts and fast innings.
Absolutely. All right, so we're still on Kaysen Perez watch. 22 passing touchdowns on the season. He needs 2 more tonight to pass the record, the school record. Here's Best from Alamogordo looking downfield. He gets this one off quick, and this is going to go out of bounds, so no harm, no foul. It's going to be back to the line of scrimmage, but likely a punt situation for Alamogordo, 4th and 8. No need for them to punt or to do anything but punt here. Back for the punt return is Ty Young. He hasn't had many punt return attempts, as most of the punts have really just been left alone so they could kind of just settle for the defense to touch it and spot the Cavemen. But we'll see if he can get it in the air here and do something with it. So Best is also the punter here, I believe. And this is going to be a nice bounce for the punter, and going to get down to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't kick that very far, but that bounce sure helped out. Probably, added 15 yards to the
Yes,
play.
it did. So Ty Young didn't get a chance there to show off the wheels once again. They didn't punt it towards him. Cavemen rocking the first I've ever seen with black helmets. If you've seen that before, let us know, but I believe this is a first time ever for the Cavemen squad.
See, and to me, I don't see him. I see him as dark blue, but maybe that's just my eyes from a long distance.
That's
and
all right.
Being an old guy.
10 minutes, 41 seconds here in the first half. Perez back. He fakes the handoff. He's going to get a couple of yards on this play. And Perez, one of those guys, at least from like our angle, it just feels like he's not afraid to run it at you as well. He wants to be another running back option.
Contact.
He's going to be, he's not going to shy away from the contact. He's not going to, slide as soon as he sees danger. He's going to try and get every single, foot he can grab and squeeze out of every play. So, football guy for the Cavemen. Perez hands this one off. That is Brock Wright, and that's a solid gain for the Cavemen. About 6 more yards there. So it's going to make it about 3rd and 2 for the Cavemen. Beautiful night here at Ralph Boyer Stadium. Not much wind either. Flag pretty much straight down. And I talked to Lennon about that. I said, how much does the wind factor in? He said not really much. He doesn't really look at it much, which is surprising to me. I thought that was a top kicker priority. And here's another attempt for the Cavemen. Nice solid gain for the first down, and Brock Wright answers the call on both rushes.
I feel like in those situations, though, if you're kicking, the coach and the assistant coaches or the special teams, they're the ones that are going to decide, hey, you know what, the wind's blowing to his back, so he can probably make this, or you know what, it's blowing against us. So, you know what I mean? So he just takes it out of the kicker's hands completely.
100%.
And just says if he's got to kick it, then he's going to do his best.
So a penalty here against the Cavemen. I believe it's a holding call. Didn't see the call there. And in terms of touchdowns this year on offense or for the Cavemen, Castañeda leads the squad with 9 touchdowns. Brock Wright in a close second place with 7 touchdowns. Pretty cool stuff. Kaysen Perez looked downfield, wide open Bobby Castañeda, and he gets plowed
Yeah, he got
right
hit
at the
pretty hard.
50-yard line, and that was a nice play. That was not Bobby. That was number 4, Evan
Evans.
Leos. So he caught him in stride. Perfect placement for that football. Perez really put it where he needed it, and 9 minutes, 5 seconds left. The Cavemen are going to have a first down at the 50-yard line. We want to see more passing. Want to see more electric plays like we just saw. Evan Leos coming off the field to get checked a little bit by the trainer, Archuleta.
Yeah, he got hit pretty solid. That's the bad thing about being a receiver. If you catch the ball, as soon as you catch it and you get hit, it can be pretty tough.
Here's a pass over to Eloy Lopez. He's going to get about 3 yards on that play. And it just felt like he was getting away from his defender, but every couple of steps was like half a yard. He was coming kind of at an angle towards the sideline, and Lopez looked like he was limping a bit, but now he seems all right. 8 minutes, 20 seconds. 2nd and 8 for the Cavemen. Couple receivers out right, one to the left on the wide side of the field. One back with Perez. That is Brock Wright. He's going to get this ball. Stiff arm. Gets past one defender. Second one brings him down, but 5 yards for Brock Wright. And that's going to make it a 4th and 4 for the Cavemen. I might have over-exaggerated on the yardage, but 3rd and 4. So Wright moves over to the left side to help block. Perez fires away right up the middle.
Probably just a yard short.
Nice catch there by Hernandez. And they're going to spot this, like you said, about a yard short, maybe a little less.
Yes, yeah.
7 minutes, 28 seconds here, and neither team has scored. You're not reading the scoreboard wrong. It is 0-0.
It's a pitcher's duel.
It is. It's all about defense tonight.
Oh,
and it looks like the
offside.
hard count going to work here for the Cavemen.
That's nice.
A free pass to first down at the 40-yard line, or past the 40-yard line. It's going to put them at about the 44-yard line. So fresh set of downs for the Cavemen. Rocking the brand new black helmets tonight. And apparently they don't change helmets. They don't buy new helmets. They just take their existing helmets and kind of like wrap them before games. So here's the handoff there again to Hernandez. Hernandez getting a lot of action here tonight. Cutting up the field just a bit there past a few defenders. And a nice run for the Cavemen, about 6 yards. And that's what it's going to be. 2nd and 4. Hernandez getting his fair share of play tonight, number 17. And we saw him early in the season getting some targets, but not as much last few games. Now he's gotten more. Nice pass there. Came up low, but on his butt, it looked like Castañeda made the catch, and they are going to count that as a catch. So it's going to be a first down for the Cavemen, or they're going to dispute it. No, it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, and it's kind of
Cavemen moving the
crazy
ball.
because we were talking about Wright not getting many looks or many action, and now Sandoval hasn't been in there in a while,
Yeah.
like the whole second quarter.
Well, we've seen Wright just consistently get great yardage every time he has the ball in his hands, and Perez going to
that's a
get pulled
penalty.
back.
Yeah.
And see, right there, I don't know that I understand it.
Well, I don't think you can grab him by the shoulder pads and pull him down.
I thought you couldn't grab him by like the collar.
Horse collar? Well, maybe that's what
The
it was.
collar or the face mask, of course. But I feel like shoulder pads should be fair game, but we'll see. I think it is going to be unnecessary roughness.
And the tough thing
It
is I
just
feel
felt
like he was
like-
already out of bounds. All they had to do was kind of
Nudge
touch
him
him,
out.
and he was already, let him go out. But it still ends up being like a 10-yard, 15-yard penalty.
And Perez really didn't have a chance to throw that ball to get rid of it. They were
I think
all
it was
over
good
him.
coverage. I think it was good coverage because he was looking around,
did.
looking at Wright on the opposite side, and then all the receivers were in coverage.
So right here, if it's unnecessary roughness, I believe it is a 15-yard penalty. We'll see what they call here. I believe that's it because that's where the flag got thrown. Was when he was pulled down.
It's weird because they're going to mark it off, but the white hat hasn't even said nothing yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Usually that happens first. There he goes.
And it looks like he's going to say it now. Still not.
No, he turned around and said, "Wait."
All right, it looks
Personal
like it
foul.
is going to be a face mask, so maybe they snagged his face mask a little bit. Yeah, if that's the case, then absolutely you got to throw the flag there. That's dangerous. As a matter of fact, a couple weeks back, Coach Sanders ordered cowboy collars for some of his defensive, his linebackers, just to protect their necks. Diego Ramirez went to the hospital to check on his neck a few weeks back, so he didn't want to take chances. I like that Coach is really worried about his squad. Here's Perez again, missing a couple of dudes, and that's going to be about an 8-yard gain.
Those are some nice moves right there.
Absolutely, an athlete on that play for sure.
If I'm the coach, I'm doing a pass play here. Get him that pass right here.
Right. You want to make sure that is a smart play to make, but
yeah, for sure.
Tonight he has seen quite a few holes in the defense in the passing game. Perez with Brock Wright in the backfield with him. Do you want the record or do you want the win?
There it is.
You might be able to do both. Evan Leos with the touchdown catch. Jason Perez ties the school record with 23 passing touchdowns on the season. Congratulations to him for that. And we'll see if he can break it. Now the Cavemen finally score with just 5 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first half. 6-0. Now we send out Ananins for the extra point. Now holding for the Cavemen is Eloy Lopez. Last week we saw it was with Bubba Anderson. Decided to make that change. Try and ensure the hold. And right there, we saw it work out. So 7-0. The Cavemen get the extra point. Scoreboard still doesn't reflect 7-0, so I don't know. Did they miss the field goal?
Extra point.
The extra point, I'm sorry?
Either that or the scoreboard guy's snoozing. Okay.
All right, so we were told we made the extra point, but still 6-0 on the scoreboard for whatever reason. It might not have happened. Still says it on the scoreboard, so we'll see if that's a fluke or if we just completely missed the fact that they didn't hit the extra point. So Dodgers still lead 1-0 on the update there. All right, I guess we missed the extra point because it's still 6-0 and we're getting ready to kick things off. And here's Ananins with the kickoff. Alamogordo going to run this one back, and it looks like they faked the starburst and got smoked at the 20-yard line.
Well, there's a good and bad thing about that. The bad thing is that they're not very good at it yet because they're catching them right away. The good thing is they're going to eventually get good, and the Artesia starburst is so crazy that sometimes even us up here don't have no clue who's got the ball.
Exactly. Well, when it's dark at night and you can use shadows to your advantage too, that doesn't hurt either.
Smoke and mirrors.
Like in Las Cruces, they might not be able to do that as much because they play some day games and Saturday games because they have to share a field. But when you have the night lights or the night to cover you a little bit, you can create shadows a little bit. Here's another screen pass, and that is going to be incomplete. It was intended for number 7.
Well, I was being told tonight. I was being told tonight that they're going to have all new lights for next year's season that'll change colors and do all kinds of stuff. And then they're going to have a big lit up scoreboard that's going to have
video.
I don't know if it'll have instant replay, but it's going to have video. Yeah. So
it won't have instant replay, but it'll have your intro videos and halftime videos and things like that.
Maybe show senior spotlights and stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, and so it looked like an absolutely unnecessary hit there by number 52 on Ty Young, the safety.
So they're still going at it, huh?
But they are still going at it. I guess if the play's not whistled down, they can count that as a blocking, a legal play for the offense. But it definitely sends a message that he's out to get him. So we'll see how this unfolds tonight. Best drops back, looks upfield still, trying to find a man. Can't find him, gets hit pretty good. Now about 3 cavemen on him, but he's going to grab a 3-yard gain in the making.
Looks like they're going to have to punt.
In the process, but yeah. So 4th and 6. Diego Ramirez with the tackle there, and Ramirez has been the defensive leader this season. 10.3 tackles per game, followed by Colton McKibben at 9 tackles per game, and Simon Rubio, 7.7 tackles per game. So all of those players really contributing.
I feel like Ty Young got shaken up a little bit because they've got Castaneda back now receiving this punt. Ooh, that is
all right. So just got the punt off there, and it's going to be a flag on the play. They're going to say he roughed him up. And we got a comment about number 22, Aiden Vasquez on TikTok. Said, hey, watch for him. He's a kicker, the punter, all that stuff. So right there, it looked like they got a flag for roughing him up. 3 minutes, 57 seconds. Cavemen are going to have this one, but maybe not. It's a roughing the kicker, then it might put them in first down territory, and it will. So now the Cavemen aren't going to get this ball. Alamogordo is going to have a first down with it now.
Yeah, that's a fine line. I guess you've got somebody that's kind of fumbling the snap, and you're trying to get to him so you can try to block it, and then you end up just making contact and ends up coming back to hurt you. So they'll be on the 39-yard line for Alamogordo, first down.
Yeah, and that's something you really can't have as a special teams. I know that you're trying to get the block. It didn't feel like that if you saw the play. I mean, initially, at least from our point of view, looked like 2 dudes trying to smack him a little bit.
Oh.
Good play there by number 33 from the Cavemen. That's Blas Lopez. Just missed the interception. That would have easily been a pick 6.
Yeah, it's almost like he just tried to knock it away, but then he realized that, man, I could have just caught that. You know what I mean? And, yeah, he had the house right in front of him.
But a great defensive play nonetheless. 3 minutes, 53 seconds. Best with one back with him next to him. Good solid run there for the Tigers, about a 5-yard gain. But that's going to make it 3rd and 5. Alamogordo has used the running game the most tonight. Both their quarterback and their running back getting lots of rushing attempts. Here's a pass. That's intercepted by the Cavemen, and it's going to be Caveman ball on the 50-yard line. Great job there. I believe that was number 28 for the Cavemen. That is Renson Abagwanyu.
That's Renson.
I'm trying. Yeah, it's Renson right there. Good job, Renson, number 28. 3 minutes, 26 seconds. The Cavemen have an opportunity to go into the locker room up by 2 scores. Though apparently they missed the extra point after the first touchdown, which we did not catch that somehow. So 1st and 10 for the Cavemen as they take over.
They have plenty of time to get in that end zone before the half.
Perez back with right. 2 receivers to the left on the short side. 2 receivers out right. Perez calls for the ball. Gets the pass off. That's to Leos. Leos has some room to run, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the play before getting knocked out of bounds. So the clock will stop. 3 minutes, 21 seconds. Plenty of time for the Cavemen to get do their work. And I guess Leos is going to get pulled out off after that play. They're just constantly switching guys in and out. They pulled in number 23, Jaden Harper, on that one. He's listed as a sophomore as well. So Cavemen getting plenty of guys rotated in. Here's Wright. A 2-yard gain on forward progress. I don't know if there hasn't been whistles or they just didn't whistle. I don't know, but they continue to push through.
Yeah, they were just pushing him back, and it's like the guy was right there like he was just holding on to his whistle or something.
Weird move by the refs on that one. So with 2 minutes and 50 seconds, so the fake handoff into a pass works out beautifully for the Cavemen for a first down with ease. We're going to see when he gets up. That was Bobby Castañeda. So one of the best things about Bobby that Kaysen has to love, of course, he's able to make some really great catches, got great hands, athletic, but also his ability to create space and create yards after the catch. I mean, on a play like that, yes, he had a little bit of space. When he gets into tight situations, he's able to still push for a few more yards. 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Betez fakes the handoff to Wright, catches it over the top to Leos.
Oh.
He bobbles it and gets laid out. So Alamogordo picks him up. And that's, I mean, it looks like Sanders kind of with his hand turned upside down like, that's nothing. I guess it's just kind of, it's kind of like the fine line between is that sportsmanship or is that
I thought it was kind of
showing him
sportsmanship.
You think it was?
But number 4 didn't like it. You could tell.
I mean, would you like to be picked up?
Well, no, I wouldn't like to be picked up, but yeah, he should have caught it. But that little bobble kind of affected it.
2 minutes, 11 seconds. Betez with a 2nd and 10. Nice pass up the middle to Richard Hernandez. He's missed a few defenders on that one. And he's going to grab about 6 yards on the play. So 3rd and 4 for the Cavemen. Within range for Annanins, but after missing an extra point, I believe Cavemen are going to just try and continue pushing through to get as close as possible, if not a touchdown. Hard to chance. Biggest issue for the Cavemen. Last game we saw it, 3 botched snaps, whether you look at it from the snap, the hold, the catch, whatever, however that works out. I mean, the ball didn't go through the uprights, and that hurts.
Update on the baseball game, 1-0 still in the middle of the 7th. So the Dodgers coming up to bat in the 7th. So my personal comment is they better score some runs because the Padres can score in a hurry.
Well, both teams can put runs on the board with big hits. And they don't string them together as much as they just hit bombs out of the park.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not
small ball.
It won't be surprising if the game ends 5-6. All right, here is the fake handoff to Wright. This one caught by Castañeda after Betez took a few extra steps on the fake handoff. Nice play for the Cavemen. It's going to be a first down.
Castañeda doing a little refereeing.
Letting them know it was a first down, but
move the
Cavemen
chains.
don't have a lot of time. 1:45. That's plenty of time to score, but not plenty of time to just be comfortable.
Well, with sideline routes getting out of bounds, they still have all their timeouts? They have 2 timeouts left. So there's plenty of time is inside the 20 or right at the 20-yard line.
Worst case scenario, the Cavemen could look for a field goal, but once again, I think the last 4 of the last 6 attempts have been questionable. Here's Betez. Another pass.
Oh.
And this one caught by number 5, Eloy Lopez, and he's going to grab just a couple of yards on that play. So really not a great play.
No.
But still inching closer.
I feel like you've got to do those kind of plays, though, because if you run the ball, it's going to keep running the clock, and
Right.
then you're going to start running out of time.
The good thing about the Cavemen is when push comes to shove and the play clock's running down, and not the play clock, but the game clock's running down, they have the ability to throw it, whereas in years past, we just kind of relied on,
Ooh.
and is that going to be
Now, that was
an incomplete pass?
But he threw it behind him. Otherwise, he would have caught that ball in stride, but he kind of had to come back and hope the other guy didn't catch it.
So with 1:36 left on the clock, it's going to be third and long, 3rd and 9. Cavemen again, very capable of the pass game. Tonight it has been up and down offensively for the Cavemen. One thing they cannot afford is a penalty here. That likely would put them out of field goal range than what they're comfortable doing as of lately. Bettis has plenty of time, saw a hole. Now he's getting chased here. Tries to catch Gasanella coming back to him.
And it looked like the referee was going to catch it, or did he catch it?
He did not catch it. 1:27 on the clock, 4th down and 9. We'll see if they send out Annanins, and they do.
I'm going to do a shout out to the referee crew tonight. They said there's one from Seminole, there's one from Hobbs, there's like 2 from Carlsbad, and like 1 from Roswell or somewhere else. They couldn't get all the crew together from one group, so that's kind of what they pieced together. And so far, they've done a pretty good job.
So Annanins now. Here's the hold, the kick, and it looks like this kick is no good.
Oh, dang.
That one went wide left, and the Cavemen have had their kicking struggles lately, big time. Only 6 points on the board after, the Cavemen had to put together 300 yards of offense in the first half and come up with 6 points total. Alamogordo may be close to that number as well, but 0 points on the board. So both teams playing down tonight. It just feels like both teams are not playing at all to their potential, offensively at least. Not something we expected to see. The big scoring games are the, fan retention method that has been working all year long. You get those 40-point games and you get to watch a lot of cool plays happen. So far, we haven't seen a lot of big plays. Here's a run by Best, and he's going to get out of bounds with a first down. So Alamogordo going to try and use this 1:15 to score. Just based on the first half, I think they're definitely capable of making
for sure
something like this happen. We haven't seen them score yet, but they're really good at the hurry-up offense. Or at least they have been a couple of times.
Stop
on
right
that,
there.
it's not going to be very good for stopping the clock at all. And they are going to call a timeout. So Tigers have one more timeout remaining after this. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. According to the American Cancer Society, women who have regular mammograms are more likely to have breast cancer found earlier, are less likely to need surgery, and are more likely to be cured. Call Carlsbad Medical Center at 575-887-4481. It is the pink out game, or the neon game, for the student section. Cavemen do not wear any pink on their uniforms. Coach Sanders makes it very clear that he does not like colors that stand out from their uniforms because it kind of individualizes athletes. So take that as you will, but I like it. I like the fact that he's all about how teams should be a team as a unit, not individuals. It looks like on the sideline, Bobby Castaneda's got his pads off. So I think he's just done with the half, unless they're checking him for something, but he's about to put his pads back on. I was going to say, that's kind of unusual, right? We don't really ever see them with their helmet and their pads off. But here's
That's
a run
good hit
attempt
right there from McKibben.
And as he got hit, I don't know if McKibben will. So McKibben won't get that tackle recorded because he tossed the ball off as he was going down.
It? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he got rid of it, sent it over to Hergenretter, and he got hit just a yard away from him. 51 seconds on the clock and another timeout here. .7 seconds left here in the first half. 3rd and 14 for the Tigers. If the Cavemen can make a good stop here, which they used a timeout to stop the clock to give themselves an opportunity to do something again, will they put the trust in their kick game with Annanins? Dodgers lead 2-0. Dang, must have been another home run.
Must have been.
All right, so just about 52 seconds remain here in the first half.
It looks like the two runs are Teoscar Hernandez and Kike Hernandez, both home runs.
Did the Tigers Cleveland game finish?
Oh, no, they go to game 5, huh? They go back to Cleveland.
Oh, it's tomorrow?
Yeah, they'll play tomorrow.
52 seconds remaining. Carlsbad coaching staff trying to get clarification from the referees on something. They're waiting for them to get things started. No rush here by the
Is it me
captain.
or does it seem like a long first half?
Very long first half. It is 8 o'clock now, which doesn't seem like it's too long in terms of time, but man, does it feel like it. Maybe it's the low scoring that just makes you feel like it drags on.
Yeah.
You want to see more of that explosive scoring that we've seen in the past. Cavemen are able to put up points and streaks. We've seen them do big things. I mean, last week we saw them lose 41-40 after scoring 0 points in the first quarter. So, I mean, 40 points in three and a half quarters. Pretty solid. 53 seconds on the clock. And hit at the line of scrimmage. No.
Put him way back.
Hit for a loss. Big tackle there by number 45. Diego Ramirez. No other than Diego Ramirez. We're going to have to get him on the podcast as well. He has been the defensive leader on this squad. He's been phenomenal. 49 seconds remain, and the Cavemen use their last time out so they can get their best opportunity to score before the half. I like this strategy by Coach Sanders to try and put extra pressure on Alamogordo and also kind of relay back to his team like, hey, we're not done ever. We got to put the pedal to the metal at every single moment, and Castañeda is getting strapped up on the side. He was ready to go into the half. Now he's getting his pads back on. That's crazy. He's getting assistance from number 62, Udiel Cottle, trying to help him put all his gear back on. So that means he will not be returning this punt. It's going to be Ty Young once again. So we'll see what this looks like. The punt, pretty deep. Young is back. The bounce there looked like it might have been touched by the Cavemen as well, but no, they're going to say it's Caveman ball, so that's kind of lucky because it did look like a Caveman player tried to touch it, which you can't do before the punting team gets a hold of it, or it's a turnover. But yep, Cavemen going to go ahead and have this one. 41.9 seconds remaining. Cavemen are going to have to make some big plays quick in order to get something out of the remainder of this half.
What do you say? We got like 5 plays left?
I would say so. 5 plays, you got to get out of bounds. If you don't, you got about 3 plays.
Well,
if
you got
that.
2 timeouts, too.
No,
Oh,
no
one
timeouts remain for
no
the Cavemen.
timeouts. Okay, they used them up on defense. Huh?
So Perez here, he's back. Everybody gone, and he's going to run out of bounds on this one. Try and stop the clock, but he's going to lose about 4 yards on that play. So it felt like he had a pretty good amount of time to look downfield, just didn't find any options he liked.
It's going to be 2nd down and 13 with 36.4 seconds left in the half.
So Perez trying to get everything situated. He's got Brock right next. No, I'm sorry. He's got Ian Sandoval right next to him on the left side. 2 receivers on both sides. He's going to drop back. He's got a little bit of time. Throws behind Castañeda. So Perez trying to dial it in again here if he can. Was on the sideline a little bit in between drives, but that pass looked pretty rusty. 32.9 seconds on a 3rd and 13 for the Cavemen. Cave Girl dancing team rocking construction outfits with the neon pink. And the Cave Girl cheerleaders with the pink pom-poms. Perez has plenty of time. Still so much time. So much room. And there he gets it over to Eloy Lopez. Shaved off about 10 seconds off the clock. About 24.4 left here in the first half. Lopez gets that first down catch and runs out of bounds. Smart move. Good play by the Cavemen. So they've had 3 plays. They've got about 3 plays left if they play their cards right. No timeouts remain for the Cavemen, so if they're not able to get out of bounds, they're going to have to quick snap it and spike it if they're going to try and do a field goal at any point. This is way out of range for anybody in the state at this point. Cavemen, they've got Perez trying to get some yardage there. He got about 3 yards on that play. No, the spot puts him at the line of scrimmage somehow.
Yeah, that's unusual. It didn't look like he got a little further than that.
Interesting spot. 17.6 seconds, and I mean, Perez has to see something open up for him to throw it downfield. He is an efficient passer, and part of that is being selective. I mean, he has not really put the ball into tight squeezes just for no reason. This might be a good time to try something like that, though. As time expires, you've got good yardage. Right there, he did try that. Threw it a little high. Now with 13 seconds, they might have another play remaining. 6-0, the Cavemen lead.
Well, the good thing for Alamogordo is they're covering them like they know they got to get out of bounds and that they're going to run a long play. They're not going to run a short cross or something. So it takes away a lot of, there's a delay of game penalty or something.
We'll have to see here.
Delay of game.
I don't think that's a delay of game signal.
Oh, it's not?
I don't know if they might have said too many players on the field or what that might have been. Coach Sanders definitely arguing here. All right, so we'll have to look up what that signal is, but it's going to be against the Cavemen. How much that hurts the Cavemen, I'm not real sure. 13 seconds remain. Perez in the backfield with Sandoval. And Alamogordo is going to take a timeout here to maybe switch some things up and make sure that they are prepared for any big plays from the Cavemen.
It looked like it might have been an illegal motion call.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't that look like that? Look.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. 13 seconds are going to remain in this half, and the reason it's taking so long in this first half is because both teams have used all of their timeouts. They have only scored 6 points, so lots of punts, lots of stopped clocks, lots of penalties. It has not been a pretty first half, to say the least.
And a lot of sideline passes to try to keep the, enough time on the clock for the next play.
So we're getting set for what could be the final play of the half. Cavemen need a big one here. And a quick out of bounds, if they want to, attempt another field goal, they're able to get something pretty deep down the field. 3 receivers out left. They're number 1 on the right side. So they fake the pass, and they're going to get the handoff just to get some yardage here, I guess.
Clock out, just to run the clock out, looks like.
Don't know why you would. I just feel like that's such a risk against your running back.
Yeah, and he's down on the ground.
And he's down.
He got hit pretty hard.
I don't know what the intent was there. If it was just try and get some yardage for his, stats for the end of the night, or what it was, but I'm not the coach, so I don't know.
Just hope he's okay.
What the call was there.
That's Sandoval, right?
That is Sandoval.
Oh, he's getting up.
So he seems like he's all right, just kind of bending that knee up, the left knee, walking off on his own power.
He's like, yeah, guys, that was a pretty good run, huh?
Right. No, it was a nice run. I don't know how the clock is stopped, though. I guess it's because of an injury timeout.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what they told him to do. Hey, if you get a good yardage, you better act like you're hurt.
Yeah, because we need the clock to stop.
Somehow avoiding some extra tackles, and Hernandez is not going to get to the end zone. You would think they'd start telling him to pitch it backwards and stuff.
Yeah, do the old Stanford play, huh?
That's going to be it for the first half. 6-0, a low-scoring, high-penalty game here in the first half. We're going to be right back, folks, here in just a bit. We see some performances from the band and the cheer and the dance teams. We'll be right back after taking a few breaks. Guys, before we do that, actually, tonight's broadcast sponsored by Carlsbad Medical Center. Just a reminder for women to get your yearly mammogram. If it has been more than a year since your last check, make an appointment now. Early detection saves lives at Carlsbad Medical Center, 575-887-4481. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we are prepared to get these cavemen back out on the field. Got about a minute left here in the half. We're watching the Dodgers take on the Padres, top of the 9th inning. We'll give you guys some updates since we're waiting anyways. It's a 2-1 count. What is his name? Blake Treinen?
Yeah, Blake Treinen.
Facing Luis Arias, former teammate of Trevor Rogers, a hometown guy. So it's a 2-1 count, 1 out, top of the 9th inning. Here comes the pitch. This is a cutter up and in on the hands, fouled away. It's going to be a 2-2 count.
Did you ever think you were going to announce a Dodgers playoff game?
Always a dream. So might as well do it for the people back home as the Cavemen came out. The Tigers came out as well. It's funny because the halftime ends and then they run out and then they go, oh, we're going to add 3 more minutes to halftime. So we'll just give you the Dodgers-Padres game for now. 2-2 count, 1 out. Here comes the pitch. This is a cutter in. Hits him on the knee. Or no, inner thigh. So Luis Arias is going to take first base unless they count that as a foul ball.
No, I think it missed him.
We'll see what happens
here.
He
got out of the way.
Oh, he did get out of the way, so that's tough.
That's when you take one for the team.
Yeah, you almost have
inning,
to get hit. He hasn't been hitting well for the team this postseason, so you almost just want him on base. So it's a 3-2 count, 1 out, top of the 9th. One of the greatest hitters in all of baseball this year. The pitch. This is hit hard. This might go. No. It's going to come up short. Mookie Betts catches this one for out number 2. So top of the 9th. The biggest Dodger villain so far up to bat now, followed by the second biggest Dodger villain of the postseason. So Fernando Tatis now up at the plate with 2 outs. Dodgers poised for the win, leading this game 2-0 with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Fernando Tatis looks on for the first pitch. This one hit to third base. Kike Hernandez makes the throw over to first base, and that's going to do it. Dodgers going to move on to the NLCS, the championship series. They'll take on the New York Mets, where I feel like they have a way bigger advantage over the Mets than they did on the Padres. But we'll
you never know. The Phillies were the ones favored in the National League, and look where they're at. So I was just surprised.
Well, it is the Dodgers, so they're never going to perform to their potential.
I feel like that might have saved Dave Roberts' job, because if he'd have lost in this round, I would have been right there talking to the owners about getting rid of him.
Yeah, I know.
For sure.
I know. You're fast to do it. But, yeah, I mean, I think if they lose in the next round, I'd still put him on the hot seat.
Well, yeah, he's always on the hot seat.
No, I'd put him on the hot seat.
You'd put him on the get-out-of-town seat?
On the sizzling seat. But, yeah, so the Dodgers will take on the Mets in the next round. Cavemen preparing for a kickoff. They will receive now. The Cavemen only up 6-0. 2 opportunities to score. A missed field goal in the first half and a missed extra point. So I guess it's always good to see Ohtani advance, because he has not been in the playoffs yet. And now in his first appearance carries the Dodgers to the NLCS, because they couldn't do it without him, Ruben. I mean, seriously, this team couldn't figure it out other than what? COVID times?
Yeah,
that was their only championship.
You know, the thing that's hurting the Dodgers, and that if they don't make it
You're
to
always
win it all,
say it.
is their pitching.
Of course,
I mean, think
you're
about
say
it.
That. No, I can never give them a excuse for that. But here comes the game. 12 minutes on the clock to start off the second half. Alamogordo to kick off to the Cavemen. This one's going to be caught by Ty Young. 20-yard line, 25. Oh, it's stripped. It's going to be a fumble. Who's going to have it here?
They're saying it's Alamogordo.
I think it will be. So you've got to be protective of the ball. And still no sign. Okay, it's going to be Caveman ball. But he saw some light there. I mean, he never got tackled, by the way. He would have had a pretty good open look, but somebody punched the ball out. And luckily, the Cavemen were there to fall on it.
Oh, so they did retain the ball. Yeah, I feel like there's always the guy that's doing that, because even when I went to the Ravens-Cowboys game the other day, there's a lot of guys that just, you know what I mean? They're running in, and all they're trying to do is knock it out of the running back's hands. Of course, you're not going to knock it out of Derrick Henry's hand. It's too easy.
No. But if you can get one of those a game,
Yeah,
game changer every time.
for sure.
Perez with the ball. Or Perez back to snap it. Bad snap on that one. Broken
Ooh.
play. Could he
Nice
make it
pass.
up? He does.
Nice catch.
Big
That's
play
Richard
down to
Hernandez.
Richard Hernandez. 11 minutes, 47 seconds on the clock, and the Cavemen in just 13 seconds put on about 30 yards.
Yeah, I think he killed it on the reception because
was
the ball was
beautiful.
underthrown, and he kind of just had to make a play right over the defender. So
Yeah.
that was nice.
It was a one-on-one matchup there. Wide receiver versus DB. They were both in position. Hernandez made it happen. Perez made a broken play into something. Here he goes again. Another pass. This one to Hernandez again. They want to keep feeding him while he's hot. But that one he couldn't reel in. Might have been just a bit out of reach. So the Cavemen trying to use that momentum to get off a play quickly. And it doesn't quite work out. 11 minutes, 34 seconds, lots of football left to play. It's 8:40 p.m. right now. So, yeah, when we talked about the first half being long, it was very long. So, Perez with the snap here, looking back. Looking for another deep pass. This one's to Bobby Castañeda, and it's going to be a touchdown, baby.
There's the record.
So now, Jason Perez officially the record holder for most touchdown passes in a season with 24, and 2.5 games remaining on his senior campaign. He might break that record, and he might shatter that record. He might look for 30. So 24 passing touchdowns for Jason Perez, and the record is set.
Looks like they're going for 2 on this one with a full backfield.
All right, so Perez down. Hands this ball off to right, and he's going to get hit early. Got a couple of yards on it, but not enough to get it in. So Cavemen take their chances with the 2-point conversion, and it is stopped. So 12-0, the Cavemen lead in an unusual score. I think they've lost a lot of confidence in the kicking ability, and it's either snaps or missed kicks that have really kind of done it, Ruben.
It's either snaps or holds, because we know what Annanins is capable of kicking the football, but we didn't see that extra point where he missed the first one, and we just assumed he made it. So we don't know
the
which
field goal was a bit wide to the left. So
yeah, that's true.
That one looked pretty laid up for him, so it's kind of tough to know what's going on in special teams to keep that from happening. All right, so 11 minutes, 28 seconds here, and the Cavemen scored in 32 seconds.
Okay, they're
Pretty
asking
impressive.
who did Bettis pass? Who had the record?
I have no idea. I asked Coach Sanders today what the record was. He told me it was 23, so I got excited. Didn't ask him who it was. If you guys know who it is, I'd love to hear that. Cavemen, really not a passing program as long as I've ever known it. And so this year, really changing things up. Perez now with the record. Pretty cool to have that. Leaving his legacy here. And there's a fumble for Alamogordo's special team. So back-to-back fumbles on kickoffs for the Cavemen and the Tigers. So we'll see what happens with the Cavemen off on a really good start here in the second half in just 30 seconds. Able to score another one.
Let me ask the athletic directors. Maybe they can tell me.
All right. So, Nathaniel Best has been the best player on Alamogordo tonight. Offensively, he's done it on the ground. And he's made some pretty solid passes as well, but Still not able to score. He's been the biggest threat, though, offensively against the Cavemen. And the Cavemen trying to keep that from happening in the second half. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. It's going to make it 2nd and 10 right away. And talking to Coach Sanders throughout the weeks on the podcast, he likes to make it known to other teams if he can as quickly as possible, like, hey, we don't want you to have any success at all offensively. We're going to hit you where it hurts. A lot of the teams in the state really use their running game a lot. The Cavemen have been very good at stopping the running game this year. And so if they can do that here in the second half, they're going to secure a win, a very much needed win here tonight.
I feel like Best, the quarterback of Alamogordo, was kind of having his way in the first half, or at least in the first quarter, and they couldn't even really stop him passing, running, doing all the options. But now I feel like they've kind of gotten control of him a little bit better. I don't want to speak too soon, but that's what it seems like so far.
I mean, it's really soon to say that, but he didn't score either. So
that's a difference too.
He's able to do everything for his offense, but everything for Alamogordo's offense really isn't enough. They need more weapons.
Looks like they're going to punt too right here. 4th down.
So here comes the punt. This one pretty high, pretty deep. Really nice looking punt there.
Oh!
And Ty Young got absolutely destroyed on that hit.
It almost looks like they hit him before he caught it.
No, I think it was right at the moment it touched. But I mean, I think you are supposed to give him 5 or a couple of yards of clearance.
No, I don't think so. I think as long as they touch it, then it's free game. But he should have called a fair catch on that one, because I feel like he was there. It was there in his face in 2 seconds.
Well, they've been going back and forth all night. I think Young might have wanted something big to happen here.
Yeah, maybe.
And Coach Widener going up to Young and saying, hey, you have to wave big if you want the fair catch. You can't just do it small or at the end. So I don't look like that is the right call, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure. He didn't call a fair catch, and that guy hit him, I thought, early, but like you said, if he did it right as soon as he touched the ball, then it was just a solid
I mean,
tackle.
That was a big hit.
Yeah.
Right there.
Doesn't sound like the people are too happy, huh?
No, not really. 9 minutes, 50 seconds, and Alamogordo really just gets a big pass is what it feels like after that happened. Best getting a lot of yards on this carry here. Going to get a first down, about 12 yards total. So 9 minutes, 37 seconds, and Alamogordo looking for their first shot at the end zone now.
Well, sometimes that's just the kind of play you need to just get your offense and your team, you know what I mean, hyped up and motivated to get in the end zone.
It's something you really can't allow as a, as the team that's winning. If you want to kind of seal this thing away, you want to keep putting distance between you and the other team. You're just letting them back in. You fumble on the kick return. You fumble on the punt return.
Yeah.
It can't be something that becomes. I mean, right now, special teams is really having a hard time tonight.
Yeah, on all phases.
All right, here's the rushing attempt. First time we've seen. They hand off to the running back, Hergenreder, in a little bit, it feels like. And this one got him nowhere. A loss, as a matter of fact. So 3rd and 9.
You're getting pretty comfortable saying that name now. It's almost like
I know. I don't know if it's right.
Look at it.
I don't know if it's right at all still. 8 minutes, 30 seconds. This one, a pass that somehow got pulled in. It was bobbled around. I thought there was pretty good play there. That one was by number 22 for Alamogordo. That's Aiden Vasquez. Pretty impressive play there. Tough play at that. 8 minutes, 5 seconds. Alamogordo just going to try and go for that first down. No kicker out. No field goal attempt. We haven't seen a kicker with any attempts on the goal here at all as they haven't scored yet. And Best is going to try and put
Ooh,
this
that's
one out.
pass
That's
interference.
easily pass interference.
I think the flag came before the pass.
I mean, he never turned around, and he was all on him. Looked like it was for sure pass interference. So we'll see where they put this one. I mean, if it's what I think it is, 15 yards up, it's going to be way up there. Well, if you guys missed it, the Dodgers have advanced to the NLCS. They won tonight 2-0 over the Padres. Seven minutes, 47 seconds. So the referee is going to go back to where the ball was originally played from and give him 15 yards for the pass interference. So 7 minutes, 47 seconds, and Alamogordo here with a fresh set of downs. Yet another opportunity here for Alamogordo that maybe they shouldn't have. Big run there for Hergenretter.
Was it, or was that number 10, the Stephen Lottes? Was that Hergenretter? Oh, okay.
All right, so 2nd and 1 here with about 4 yards to go, and that's an easy score for the Tigers. 12-6 now. Tigers trying to chip back away at it, and honestly on a possession they should have never had in multiple ways. They had the ball initially off of a punt turnover, and then on a 4th down they ended up getting it on a pass interference. So
I guess Best is their
opportunities.
extra point guy.
All right, so this one is going to go through, and it's good for the Tigers. So the Cavemen lead 12-7, but Alamogordo able to squash the lead down to 6. So it's almost like you refresh at the half. Oh yeah, 5. Sorry, 12-7 is a 5-point lead. All right, so all new things coming to Carlsbad by next season. The field house should be done. I mean, no promises there. We've seen it worked on for quite some time, though we have seen a lot of progress this year, more than ever. But new lights, new scoreboard, all coming, all approved by the school board. So
Supposed to have new scoreboards at the baseball, softball, and basketball too, I guess, by next year. So
that is correct.
We're going to have quite a bit of money poured into the program.
And I would totally understand if they, gave the best scoreboard to the football field and all that, because what's here? Track, soccer, both boys and girls soccer plays here. Powder puff, I don't think that matters, but quite a few events. Graduation all happens here, so it makes sense. But yeah,
it's a nice
it's going to
run.
be great. Here comes an opportunity for the Cavemen to do something big here. This is
nice.
Richard Hernandez having the game of his life at the 45,
gosh.
the 40, the 35. Huge return.
Yeah, that was great.
For Richard Hernandez. He's having a big time coming out party here tonight.
Yeah,
he's limping off.
A few plays here and there during the season, but yeah, this game has been like the Richard Hernandez show for sure.
It has. And I see him on, how they have the posters for the players, and I think his is at Lowe's because I go there quite a bit. I see it up there.
Yeah, he's listed at 5'6", 131 pounds, so he's not a very big guy, but man, he's been playing big tonight.
He is playing big tonight. There's a nice run there from Brock Wright for a couple of yards, just barreling through. So about 7 minutes remain here in the third quarter. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. A big shout out to our sponsors for tonight.
We still haven't found out who had the record previously from Perez. So if you know and you're listening, put it in the comments so we can announce it to everybody.
Absolutely. 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Perez fakes the handoff, holds it, keeps it himself. This is going to be big yardage here. It's going to be a first down for the Cavemen. So Perez is going to get something done with his legs. No, just a bit short of the first down. It looks like they're going to spot him about right at the first down almost.
Yeah, it's like the referee on the other side had him past the yards to gain. And
the guy that's holding the downs marker and the first down marker is the same guy now. That's how close it is.
Yeah, he's holding them both
with one hand. 6 minutes, 25 seconds. Perez gonna hold on to this one. Lead block from Brock Wright cleared him another yard or so of space. And Wright is not afraid of contact. That is one thing we've learned over this season. I mean, he's gonna see a guy. He's going to take him on. He's not just going to try and tippy-toe around it or get through, juke him. He's just going to say, all right, me versus you, let's go.
He's a solid guy, but he's not a Derrick Henry. And Derrick, he's kind of got the same mindset. Like, I'm just going to go through you, get to that next yard marker.
I want to see McKibben with the ball one time.
Yeah,
just see
that would be cool.
Him rush through somebody. 6 minutes, 19 seconds. Perez. Back to pass. This one in the corner to Castañeda, and that one's good. Touchdown for the Cavemen.
Number 25,
Bobby
baby.
Castañeda, and Perez adds to his history book entry. Bobby Castañeda. You throw it up over there. If it's within his reach, he's going to secure it. He has been super good this year. A little bit of celebration there, and Coach Millar yanked him back into the sideline. And I will say this, they're not huge on, additional celebrations, but also you can get penalized for that at the high school level, so it's not worth it. But beautiful catch by Castañeda, a great link between him and Perez.
Extra point.
Yes.
To go through.
So Ananins hits his extra point here. Everything worked out on the snap and the hold and the kick. So the Cavemen trying to look to start rolling now if they can, but Alamogordo showed some life in that last drive. 19-7 now, the Cavemen lead by 12. In their home game, maybe their most important game of the season so far, with more on the line than ever.
I mean, it'd be nice to see them win the next two games and secure a solid playoff spot. But if they can at least win one of the next two, I think it'll give them some good momentum going into the playoffs.
No, you're absolutely right. I think that I'm excited maybe most about the Hobbs game just because of the intensity that it always brings every time those two teams come together, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer. We saw it there as well. We saw some people get kicked out of the soccer game because of the intensity that came after a call. So, 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Ananins with the kick. Can he get it to the touchback? And he will. So, Tigers aren't even going to mess with this one. They're going to be spotted on the 20-yard line. With 6 minutes and some change.
Well, it seems like the Tigers were building some momentum on that fumble and getting in the end zone. But with this touchdown, it kind of puts them back down to where, they're going to put the pressure on them to score to stay in the game.
You're right. So, best has been the best for Alamogordo, but he's had some weapons come out every now and again and make some plays to keep their drives alive. The only score that they have had tonight has come off of, more than anything, Cavemen mistakes.
For sure.
So we'll see if that is something that they can capitalize off of, or if it goes back to what they were trending, which was, I mean, just turning it over on downs.
Uh-oh.
Here's a big run there for Hergenreder, and it's going to be about 8 yards, so pretty solid rush to start for Alamogordo. Could they have a spark from their last score? Could be. So again, another running opportunity there for Alamogordo. They pull down Best. I don't think he gained any yardage there. So last game, play stopped in overtime because of artificial noisemakers in the stands, which was an interesting thing.
Yeah, that is.
I thought that was something to not even consider stopping the game for, but referees did stop it, and fans were warned. So Alamogordo is going to, in fact, get the first down here. They're going to mark it that he did get a yard. First and 10. Little under 6 minutes now remain in the third quarter.
I feel like the quarter has gone slow again.
Yes, it's
actually
trending
had
that
scoring.
way. Did not expect to be here till 10:45 at night, but you never know. 5 minutes, 55 seconds, and lots of confusion on the field as we finally get things rolling again. The clock starts. And stopped with about a yard gain, maybe. That's going to make it 3rd and 9 somehow. I was under the impression it was 1st and 10, but 3rd and 9 now. So the band kind of gets a smaller band together and starts playing in the middle of the track for whatever reason. Here's a big run for the Tigers. That one from number 3 for the Tigers. That is Bryson Bloom. We haven't seen him do anything really for the offense here tonight, the Tigers, but that was a first down and a big solid gain for the Tigers, and that could be a spark to help them with this drive, no doubt about it. Here's Best, hands that one off to Hergenreder, and there's going to be another big run. So the last few rushes for the Tigers have been very effective. Cavemen defense has a strength at stopping the run, but on this particular drive, they've had some issues with the run game. Here again, another run and another first down. And Hergenreder's got to have about 90 yards rushing. He's had a pretty
solid.
He's had a pretty good game, but he's also had tons of possessions to do it on. And there he gets hit immediately off of the catch. But he is definitely the number one weapon for outside of Best, of course. 4 minutes, 25 seconds. Second and 8. Best scrambling, looking for something.
There's a penalty flag.
And he almost got hit there, able to get a couple of yards, I believe. And the clock's going to continue running, but a flag is down on the play, so it's going to stop the clock, as a matter of fact. The other referees didn't see that initially. All right, so referee's going to talk about this one. It's going to be holding on the offense, so it's going to be 5-yard penalty against the Tigers. Cavemen are going to accept this penalty. So it's going to make it 2nd and 13 now.
I feel like that's just the right size of the band, like when they go in for the basketball games. You know what I mean? Where they just make enough noise and get people excited and riled up. And inside a gym, it's pretty sick.
It is so different, the landscape of a basketball game, when you have the band popping off. We see that every year in March Madness when they go traveling.
Oh, for sure.
Such a big deal. So there's another run play for Alamogordo, but makes it 3rd and 13, I'm sorry. And another flag on the play. And whatever flags are thrown, we got to get the referees to start moving it. They're taking their sweet time to make calls, and they all get together and they have coffee, and then they decided to make the call. So here it is. They all get together.
And that would be okay if the clock was still running, but the clock stops.
Right.
And it just seems like these guys have to start warming up again.
Every time a call is made, they have to play Red Rover with the last guy to get there.
Well, maybe when you got 6 referees from 6 different cities, it makes it tougher.
They all speak different languages, I guess. That's a false start on the Tigers. So it's going to make it 3rd and 16, and this game continues to drag on. Thank you. A big thanks to the refs tonight for that. No, but in all seriousness, this game is one of those games that's really not what we expected. I expected big offense from the Cavemen. We've seen it this year. Alamogordo is supposed to be one of the weaker teams, but they've shown up tonight.
Oh, no, they look good.
To be, at least defensively, a force to be reckoned with against the Cavemen, and that's a pretty dang good run there from Best. He sees an opening, he can take it.
Well, I feel like Best is a really good quality quarterback because he can option like crazy. And I think if they would have gotten in the end zone once or twice in the first half, this would be a whole different ball game.
So he's able to do it with his legs there. A big, huge run for a first down. And at 1st and 10, the Tigers eyeing that end zone from the 26-yard line. Best gets hit back behind the line of scrimmage, about a 3-yard loss. Good job by the Cavemen. That was Bubba Anderson. And I'm not sure who that second player was that I'm missing that number. Might have been number 39, Simon Rubio, as a matter of fact. So 2 minutes, 37 seconds, and the Tigers taking a timeout here. Couldn't get their thoughts together in time. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break here in just a sec. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. They want to let you know that you can get a mammogram there. Women, here's your yearly reminder for your mammogram. Call Carlsbad Medical Center at 575-887-4488. All right, so now Best scrambling around, trying to find somebody, and he does. Gets the pass off. He gets hit pretty hard, but a pretty good gain there, about an 8-yard gain. That one, a pass completed to number 7, Josiah Quinlan.
He's like the backup quarterback, so that's a pretty good play right there.
2:21 left on the clock. Alamogordo came off of that timeout, firing away. And actually, that did end up getting them to a first down. So a 1st and 10, Best taking off with it. He's got to look at the end zone. He's going to get there. It's going to be a touchdown pending the flag. So we'll see what that flag is.
I'm going to say holding. That's just going to be my guess.
It's a pretty good, I'd say about 80% of all calls is that. So, pretty good chance. So, what is it going to be? You'd hate for just two referees to talk about it. You got to get all four of them together and someone on the phone. Here we go. 2 minutes, 9 seconds, and we need to get a referee clock every time they call something. Click it and see how long it takes to get a call. I'd say this one probably about 25 seconds.
Yeah, he's got to walk all the way to our side of the field.
Yep, holding on offense. He could have called it from back there, but we get the joy of having him walk 10 steps closer.
Well, I like when I watch the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens play, and then they do it on the loudspeaker.
Right, yeah.
And they have the guy turn his mic on.
Give him a wireless speaker, let him hook it up to the PA system and say it from wherever.
Yeah.
I like it in the NFL and in college how they call guys out. They're like, holding on number 46, who, or whatever. It's like roughing the passer.
And then they
he
show
spit
him
on the guy.
Yeah, then they show him, and he's shaking his head like that's a terrible call. Every
they
time.
Put it close up and everything. Here's the handoff to Hergenreder, and he's going to gain some yardage on that as well. Pretty good run there. Running back has been very much in use tonight for Alamogordo, as we expected. 109.7 yards a game. And there's a pile up there at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to make it 3rd and 3. No movement there for the Tigers. But Hergenreder, 91 yards per game, so pretty close to the quarterback's numbers. And here he goes. Best. He might just came up short of the first down. He got up looking for some type of roughing call. But I think that was a clean hit out of bounds for the Cavemen. Good aggressive move there, and with 4th and real short, 4th and 2, Alamogordo is going to go for it. So to put it into perspective, the difference in the passing game between these two teams, Kaysen Perez just broke a record, 24 total passing touchdowns for Perez. Throughout the season, Nathaniel Best, 8 passing touchdowns. And that's on me. Kaysen Perez has 25 passing touchdowns. That's my bad. Thank you, Ruben.
I'm the stats guy.
Big time stats guy. Ooh, great song. Mambo number 5 out there.
That's a great one to play at weddings.
Crazy thing here. Here's a stat for you. The top receivers for Alamogordo, Marcus Bryant Jr. with 23.7 yards per game in receiving yards. We haven't called that name at all tonight.
No.
So they really haven't used him much at all. And Josiah Quinlan, 21 yards per game. And they really don't use their receivers that much just based on those stats right there. But, I'm looking through. Number 19 is Marcus Bryant Jr., and I haven't called that number, I don't think, at all tonight.
No.
So he might be hurt or just might not be as involved in tonight's game. A minute 37 remaining here in the third quarter.
This is a big 4th down right here. If they can't get it, then it's going to be tough for them. At 19-7, 1:37 left in the third quarter. Penalty flag.
And another flag on the play. My, oh my, do they have to talk to each other every time? I understand, but
They should all have earpieces. They don't even have to go to each other. They just go, hey, this guy was offsides. Go ahead and call it.
so it is going to be offsides on the Cavemen, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line Alamogordo with their best look at the end zone that they've had tonight. They do have a score. Can they make it touchdown number 2? Oh!
Pretty solid hit.
Hergenreder got absolutely smoked
It was
at
like
about
a
the
sandwich.
3-yard line. I thought if no one would have hit him a second time, he might have flipped like a saucer.
Yeah,
That's what it
he
looked
just
like.
spun into the end zone.
He became a frisbee for a minute until his legs got hit too. And he just bounced right back up. Best is going to go straight up the middle. He's going to get in there for a touchdown. No flags on the play. So Alamogordo finally into that end zone again after getting close or getting in about 4 other times with flags. So no flag on that play. It's going to make it 19-13, and Cavemen letting the Tigers hang around. So here comes the extra point attempt for the Tigers. Can the Cavemen make a stop on this? And no. It's going to go through the uprights, and the Cavemen just lead by 5 again, 19-14. 2 missed extra point opportunities, keeping the Cavemen from being up 7. And of course, we talk about the what ifs, but if everything goes as planned tonight, Cavemen are up by 10 points. They missed an extra point. They missed an opportunity at 2-point conversion, but really should have been an extra point attempt. It would have been.
They missed a field goal.
Exactly.
So that's what, 5 points right there? That's huge.
Yeah. 5 points, I guess 6 if they were to make that 2-point conversion, but 2-point conversion attempt really doesn't happen if you make the first extra point.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
1 minute, 11 seconds here on the clock as we try and finish out the third quarter. Cavemen with their usual returners back. That's Ty Young and Evan Leos. They have not kicked to Leos yet tonight, and they probably heard the scouting report that guy is a lightning bolt. Another flag on the play.
Well, no, it was because it went out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
So we get the ball, I think, on the 35 or
I
something
about
like that.
lost it right here, Ruben, on the air.
Yeah, you know who you don't want to kick to is Richard Hernandez tonight.
No, you
Richard,
don't.
He's tore it up so much that even if he's on the sidelines, you just make sure he's away from where the ball's going to go.
If you're Alamogordo, you're going, who is this secret weapon named Hernandez? Guy is lighting us up for yards all night long, and he's been great.
I'm going to say tonight is the Hernandez night because you had what is his name?
Teoscar Hernandez,
Teoscar
Kike
and
Hernandez.
Kike both hitting bombs tonight to win 2-0, and then Richard Hernandez tearing it up on the Caveman field.
Can't argue with that. But yeah, I mean, the Cavemen, it's like every week they gain another weapon that have become more lethal, right? We had Ian Sandoval a couple weeks back. He came back from injury. He's been great when he's, gets the ball in his hands. Richard Hernandez has been really good. And, of course, all of the different Brock Wright when he came out, and we were like, all right, cool, we got a solid running back. And now you're starting to see pieces come together.
And I feel like Bobby Castaneda started out kind of slow. He'd get a couple of passes here and then. Before you know it, he was the major weapon. And then you got Lopez still. And then who else do you have? Ty Young once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of options on this offense.
Matter of fact, Bobby Castaneda leads the state in 6A in receiving yards up until tonight's game. And I don't know what he's going to end up with tonight, but he's had some impact yards and a couple of touchdowns. So, right, a couple?
Yes.
So, Betez hands this one off. This one goes to Wright, and he makes a guy miss and makes a guy hurt about 5 yards in. So
It makes the same guy get up slow.
Mm-hmm. So 10 seconds remaining here at the end of the third quarter. But with the flag on the play, it's going to stop the clock.
Of course it is.
Didn't expect anything else. Maybe no flag on the play. They're putting this ball right back down. 3rd and 6. Big play for the Cavemen. Clock is going to run back on. Not sure what that stop was for, but I think the Cavemen are going to let this clock run out. I mean, I think this is just me as a guy up here with no skin in the game, but I'm trying to get a hard count of them offsides before the half, so they're before the quarter's up. You know what I mean? They know the clock's running out,
Yeah.
but there's always a guy jumping from Alamogordo, so might end up getting 5 yards before the fourth quarter starts. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, get about a 50-second in-betweener as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. A big shout-out to them. Give them a call if you need anything. But they want to let you know that they offer 3D mammography. 3D exams are clinically proven to significantly increase the detection of breast cancer. Schedule a mammogram by calling 575-887-4481. All right, so now 3rd and 6 for the Cavemen. Trying to get something hot started for the fourth quarter. They threw up the fours. Now can we see something? Jason Perez does get something. You'll never guess who it hits. Richard Hernandez, boys and girls. 11:55, and the Cavemen have a first down. Good start to the fourth quarter. If Hernandez is open, he's the hot hand. You got to hit him.
I think, you know
He
what I mean?
does,
If
he
you've got
does.
4 receivers that you can feel comfortable passing it to, it makes things tough.
Well, Hernandez has been open all night. Bobby Castaneda can find his way to be open even if it's a tight squeeze. Here's a nice play again by Brock Wright. Another 6 yards on the play for the sophomore. But Eloy Lopez has the height and the ability to make catches. And again, like we say, you know, Evan Leos is a lightning bolt. So if he's open and it's deep, you might just find yourself with 6. Here's one of the best sounds in the world. What do you think? Has that got to be one of them?
That's a pretty good sound.
10 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. Jason Perez in the shotgun. 2 receivers out right, 2 to the left. Hands it off to Brock Wright. Again, big hole. First down and some. 30-yard line, still up. My goodness, that's a grown man in a sophomore's body.
Yeah, he's just punishing people. Some of those guys, when they're trying to tackle him, they're just waiting for that contact, and they're like, you know what? I don't know if I have enough in me to stop this guy. And that first guy didn't. He just ran over him.
No, he did not. I mean, you got to be in a good position, grab hold, and hold tight. I mean, it's not something
and wait
you
for
can
help.
You can't just hit him with your shoulder and expect him to go down. Here's Brock Wright again, and again, gains something out of nothing. 10 minutes, 15 seconds. Guys, we're hoping by the Hobbs game, I'll be at 100% on the voice. But if you're wondering, lost my voice yesterday. So
You got that Josh Turner sound right now.
Mm-hmm. So right now out of the game, Ian Sandoval in the backfield with Perez. 3 receivers out left on the short side. 1 receiver, that guy is Castaneda out to the right. Snaps the ball. Finds Sandoval for a first down catch downfield. First down now for the Cavemen at about the about the 16-yard line. 9 minutes, 39 seconds remain in this game. A touchdown here would be huge for the Cavemen. It's far from over. The Tigers have gained all their momentum in the second half with 2 scores and 2 extra points. So here we go. Perez with Sandoval in the backfield again. Hands it off. He's going to get about 5 yards on this play and get out of bounds. So, great play by the running backs for the Cavemen. And we've seen that in years past, right? Like, Eli AC was the stud a couple years ago.
Very, very fast.
With, help me out here, Udiel Mendoza and Ulysses Mendoza. Both of the Mendoza brothers were phenomenal. If they had a passing game to go along with it, you never know.
I want to go ahead and do a shout out. If you're free tomorrow, we've got a Dink Victorious pickleball tournament that's going all weekend. It's a Brittany's Hope fundraiser. Perfect month for it. The cancer, all the money goes to people that are in the hospital for cancer and stuff. So they're going to raise a lot of money this weekend. I heard there was like 72 teams in the 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. So they're going to have food trucks out there, and they're going to be out there all day. Yeah.
Head on down to the beach. Great event. His hand off to Brock Wright again. Looks like there might have been a fumble. Alamogordo players heading back down to the ground. Look like they're stabbing at something. And we'll see what the referees say after this. It's kind of hard to like really get a true understanding of who has the ball. You know what I mean? Like somebody gets it and then they rip it out from their hands on the ground.
Well, heck, even down there, they sometimes can't tell, and we're up here in the booth.
So Cavemen are going to hold on to this one. It's going to be fourth and about 4. Cavemen are going to go for it here. Of course, why not? Cavemen trying to do a hard count to get Alamogordo off sides, and they're going to call a timeout.
I feel like it's harder to do a hard count when you're not in the when you're in the shotgun. You know what I mean? I feel like when you're down under center, it's almost like you're kind of like getting them to kind of get excited to move. But when you're in the shotgun, I feel like it's not as, I don't know. That's just me.
Could be. 7 minutes, 56 seconds remain here. So Cavemen take their timeout. Cavemen only have one timeout left, so if push comes to shove and this game gets tight, they don't have timeouts to spare.
And push will come to shove. This is a football game. This is what they do.
Yeah, it is a lot of pushing and a lot of shoving. Ruben, you've got a class reunion going on right now that you're missing out on.
Yeah, I wonder if they're missing me over there.
45 years?
Probably not.
That's about how long I've been out of school, too.
It's kind of weird, but I feel like I haven't even been alive 45 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's crazy how
I guess they're going to
look
punt
at
now.
numbers. Here comes the you say they're going to punt? Yeah.
That would have been running into the kicker.
That would have been a crazy punt right there, but yeah, that one went through and it's going to be a field goal, but this might get them an automatic first down, so they'll just go ahead and they're going to throw their offense out there now.
Yeah, that guy came around the edge and he just got there just a second too late. But that's
Annanens is limping off.
Yeah,
looks like a lot of pain for Annanens, but he's doing it on his own.
He's like, is he watching? Because I'm walking regular now.
Yeah, he's got to put on a good show for the refs and sell it. But here, this would be an automatic first down for the Cavemen. I think it's like half the distance to the goal line because it's so close.
And all they needed was like a yard to get to maybe 2.
Well, they needed 4.
Oh.
It was 4th and 4.
So they got the Jeopardy music going.
Just waiting on the
Sanders
decision.
decided to do. Probably said, hey, you know what? We're going for the touchdown.
Well, of course. Right?
He goes back and says they're going to take the 3.
Imagine. He said, you know what? We don't want to get the 26th passing touchdown for Perez just yet. want to put him in suspense. So it's going to be first and goal with about 5 to go. Bettis in the backfield with Brock Wright. Only one wide receiver out on the right side. That's Bobby Castañeda. So 7 minutes, 54 seconds. And it looks like they're gearing up for the run here. And they are. They're handing this one off to Brock Wright. Good run there for the sophomore again. About 4 yards on the play, 3 yards on the play. So second and goal with 2 to go. And right here, not a bad time for the Cavemen to let seconds run off the clock. But still plenty of fourth quarter to go. Here comes the snap, the handoff. This one going to Sandoval. And he gets in for the touchdown. And I think that might have been more of a nod to Sandoval as a senior.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we want to get you a touchdown, though. Brock Wright got a lot of those yards to make him
for sure
get that close. So kind of, you know, you kind of weigh that option. Do we give it to Sandoval? He's a senior. Brock Wright's got more years, or hey, Brock Wright earned his way here.
Well, also too, Sandoval's been hurt, so it's kind of like easing him back into the offense, giving him more weapons for when they play Las Cruces High and Alamogordo in the next, or Las Cruces High and Hobbs in the next 2 weeks.
All right, and the extra point is good. So when the extra points are more of a struggle every time they make them, it's like an extra celebration. And right there we did. So 7 minutes, 13 seconds remain in the fourth quarter, and the Cavemen lead 26-14. So that 12-point lead, not nearly enough to put on, you know, to feel super comfortable. The Cavemen defense going to try and make a stop against Alamogordo. Give the Cavemen an opportunity to run some clock and score some more points. Tonight, sponsored by Carlsbad Medical Center. All right, so Annan's gonna gear up for another kickoff. Cavemen finally snagging some points now, really getting into the groove as they've been all year long. The offense has been their strong point. And a hard squib with a hard bounce. Nicely snagged by number 15 for Alamogordo. That was Jalen Valdez. I mean, and I might have said that wrong. Was it Jalen or Jaden? Jaden Valdez.
Jaden.
I mean, that came off of a one hop into his gut, and he caught that. He manned up on that one. I'll give it to him because that came off of his foot like a rocket. And he just caught it and went down. So Alamogordo, great field position. And Best is going to have this one for another good gain, about 7 yards. Is where they'll put this one. 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Cavemen offense looking through some tapes. Cavemen offensive line more than anything. Looking through their last drive and trying to kind of see where they could improve and what kind of holes they were having. So Alamogordo just shy of a first down. Unless they give it to him now, and they are going to call this a bit short, I believe. So it's going to be 3rd and centimeter. Wow.
Yeah, it might
even
be,
when they
it might
measured
be an
it,
inch.
even when they measured it, it looked exactly like it was a first down.
I think the 3rd down marker is past the first down.
And here's another good run by Best. He's going to get plenty of yards on that one.
I want to say he's got over 100 yards tonight.
Oh, yeah. He is definitely a big weapon.
I'd say Brock Wright has over 100 yards as well.
Brock Wright has been insane as well, yes. And you would think you have Jason Perez come in for the passing game and a few runs here and there, and then you have a Nathaniel Best kind of player that when he comes into the game, almost a wildcat style. I mean, sometimes that doesn't work because you go, oh, we know he's going to probably run it. But he's still able to throw it and still able to do other things with it, so you can kind of keep him guessing. But we've seen Perez really take off with the ball as well. You saw it in Cruces when they played Centennial. Here's a nice pass over the top. This one wide open. And that's going to be a touchdown for Alamogordo. So still life in the Alamogordo offense. And this game is far from over. 5 minutes, 51 seconds. And the Tigers now pull it within 6.
Yeah, definitely far from over with 5:51 left in the game. Those timeouts hopefully won't come back to hurt us.
So 5:51, 26-20. Alamogordo prepping for their extra point. Cavemen going to attempt the block on this one, and they're always so close to getting there, but no cigar on that one. And 5 minutes and 51 seconds remain as the Cavemen lead 26-21. The score here could be the last time.
It might be the where we wanted. Remember, we talked about the 50, the over and under in the first half. We thought at 6-0, they're never going to get even close. But right now they're at 47 points.
Yay.
So one more score, and they're going to be right there at the 50
If
mark.
I was making the lines at Vegas, that'd be pretty good, I think.
Little Journey playing in the background, which is a great song, great artist.
You've seen him in concert, right?
Yes, sir.
This year, Alamogordo scored 158 points on the year, but allowed 263 points. So it has been a pretty lopsided season for them. They just came off of a 61-35 loss to Centennial.
Ooh.
So Centennial really putting it to them. Similar offensive styles. Centennial just did it up a little bit bigger.
Oh, he went down.
And right away, they didn't even take a chance. That was number 13 for the Cavemen. That is Rio Sanchez. Caught the ball and went straight down. I'm sorry, but the competitor in me, if they told me, Trey, if you catch the ball, if it goes to you, you get down, I'd say, yeah, but there's like 20 yards ahead of me. I'm going to go 10 and I'll go down. Like, I'm not going to just, but of course, that's not the player that you want. You don't want me to be doing that. Rio Sanchez taking orders, doing them well, and, saving the possibility that, he fumbles or something because he's not used to doing those types of things. So, probably a better, more coachable guy than maybe I would have been in that situation. 5 minutes, 51 seconds. And wide open for Brock Wright. It's like they forgot they had a running game.
Yeah, they were all covering the receivers.
So about a 7-yard gain there for Brock Wright. The easiest 7 yards he's picked up maybe all year.
I don't know. I think he'd rather have the contact and run over a guy or two.
I think he was heading for the sideline for our own guys just to hit somebody.
Yeah.
He might have said, I'll take an extra step and put one into you, so-and-so, my teammate. But he didn't. He held up. 5 minutes, 48 seconds now. Ian Sandoval in the backfield with Perez. 2 receivers out right, 2 out left, 1 to the right. Right is the short side of the field with Castañeda. And here's the snap. There's the handoff to Sandoval. Sandoval, he's going to get some yards as well, about 3 on the play.
My question is, why have the play clocks been out almost the whole season?
I have no idea, and they don't even have them. Oh, there's one standing. But the one on the other side of the field is
Isn't
not
even
even there
there
anymore, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that is crazy.
If it's just an electrical disconnect or what it might have been, I don't know. Minutes, 30 seconds. And Sandoval's back there again. They're handing it off to Sandoval. He's going to get brought down behind the line of scrimmage, about a 3-yard loss. 5 minutes, 20 seconds, and it's going to be 2nd and 13, I believe. Tomorrow, another great day for college football.
Yeah, for sure. The big, what is it, the Red River rivalry game, which is going to be Texas versus Oklahoma, should be a great matchup. They usually play that every year in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, so that ought to be a good game.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
A lot of people watching.
4 minutes, 50 seconds. Bettis back with Sandoval again. Fakes the handoff. Looks upfield. Hits Eloy Lopez for a first down. He's going to try and snag some more yards. Going to get about 16 yards on the play.
Oh, yeah, nice play. I feel like he's been itching to get a pass. And once he got one, he said, I'm going to make the best out of it.
4 minutes, 37 seconds. Bettis with Sandoval back there again. So Brock Wright getting an extended resting period now. Successful tonight. And Richard Hernandez, we hadn't called his name in a little bit, so I feel like that might be an indicator we might see something big happen here in just a second. And here comes the snap. Bettis going to hold on to this one. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage. He had nowhere to go.
Three minutes, 8 seconds left, and the clock is running. So they're trying to use up as much clock as they can. But, of course, it'd be nice to get an insurance score right before the game's over.
100%. So Cavemen really have to get some type of snap off unless they're just planning on calling a timeout here soon. Wow, that felt like a long time.
Yeah, it did.
Bettis tries to hit Sandoval over the top, but that could have easily been a pick six. There was no intent to catch that ball by number 14, Nathaniel Setasedes. But I have never seen Nathaniel spelled the way that Nathaniel Best spells it, and there's two of those spellings on one team. Their parents must know each other or knew each other.
Looks like we're going to punt, give it back to them with 2:40 left in the game. Oh, it looks like a running into the kicker, but I guess it was after he let go of it. The kicker's throwing his hands up. Leos is like, hey, what's the deal?
All right, so referee's going to tell him, no, there's nothing wrong done there. What do you think, Ruben?
Yeah, I think he ran into him. I don't think he sold it like, hey, but Sanders is like, hey, that doesn't make any sense. And they're kind of jawing back and forth. And it looks like they're going to give it to Alamogordo.
So Alamogordo going to go ahead and have this one at the 25-yard line. 2 minutes, 34 seconds left on the clock, and this is scary stuff right now. I mean, we saw this last week when you thought the Cavemen had the edge against Oregon Mountain. It just did not work out. Ended up losing in overtime. Now, more than ever, Alamogordo seems like the biggest threat tonight. A score here would end the game pretty much. So the defense for the Cavemen with tons of pressure. Big toss here For Alamogordo, it's going to be a big-time catch as well. Caught at the 43-yard line, and the Cavemen's playoff chances hangs in the balance here at the hands of Alamogordo. I mean, he hit number 30. Hergenreder has been everywhere tonight. So Best now with a 1st and 10, and he hands this one off for a big-time run. Caveman defense
Bryson
seemingly
Bloom
taking a nap here.
Bryson Bloom in the backfield on that one.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was the fresh legs guy just going for it.
He had some energy on that, no doubt about it. And Hergenreder got off the field for a second and paid off for the Tigers for a minute. 2 minutes, 21 seconds on the 1st and 10. Again, another opportunity for Alamogordo. No, I thought Bloom had it there. That would have been about a 4-yard gain, but Best held on to it on the fake handoff, tried to toss it to him over the top, and it was an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10. Cavemen lead 26-21 with just 2 minutes and 17 remaining. This is a big moment for the Cavemen season. I mean, maybe the biggest. Another run there by Hergenreder, and that is going to be about a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, and that clock's running, so, I mean, they're not going to leave any time left on the clock. So, and, of course, they can't get a field goal. Field goal is going to put them up short, so they've got to get into that end zone.
Huge moment here for both teams. Obviously, Alamogordo could totally spoil the season for the Cavemen. 1:44 left. The option, a good play for Alamogordo, good play call, and that went to Bryson Bloom on the option toss. And it's going to be 4th and 1 here for Alamogordo. The clock continues to run. The Tigers have 2 timeouts, by the way. Cavemen have to get a stop. Huge play here. A stop will end this game. Best is going to have the 1st down easily. He's got to hold on to it, and he's going to get out of bounds. Are they going to call him out of bounds, or are they going to keep the clock running?
I don't know. He's not waving his arm, so it probably is out of bounds.
All right, so 1:11 left. 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and the Cavemen really playing with fire here on defense.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with some kind of a turnover or some kind of a stop. Don't let them get into that next 1st down.
Yeah, and now more than ever, and we see another carrier. This is Tristan Bowman.
He gets out of bounds.
Now more than ever, it just seems like the Cavemen have to really try and keep a balance on defense. Because at first it was just Alamogordo run. Now he's shown the threat up over the top with his passing game. And Nathaniel Best has been really good, especially as of late. 2nd and 6. Here's a pass over the top. This one a big one, and no. He attempted the one-handed catch as the other hand was still kind of pushing off to try and get some leverage. 58 seconds remains. 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. Big.
They have to get 2 stops to give them a chance to win this game for the Cavemen. Big play right here, 3rd down.
58 seconds remains. Daniel Best, runner in motion. Best holds on to it. He gets tripped up. Gonna be a 3-yard gain.
I think it was
Clock
Diego Ramirez grabbed his leg because it looked like he was going to take off for a good thing, and all of a sudden he got tripped up.
So a timeout now for the Tigers as they try and see if they can come up with this huge 4th down. Lots of opportunity here for Alamogordo. This play could determine the Cavemen season, really, truly.
For sure, yeah.
So with 50 seconds remaining in the game, after what could have been the slowest first half ever, we see the game really turn around here in the second half, and now We're in scary territory. Cavemen had opportunities to really put this team away on multiple occasions. There were a couple of turnovers, or there was a turnover, a missed field goal, a couple of missed extra points, and here we are, backs against the wall. Could it come up? Could they come up big from Alamogordo, or does the defense make the stop they need right here?
Well, this is the play of the game right here. 4th down, 2 yards to go.
So time really doesn't matter anymore, unless they get that first down. So Best trying to get a hard count going.
It looked like he jumped off sides, but he got back, I guess, on defense.
All right, so Best again trying to make some calls, a little motion. Best
Oh, he
get
got him
hit.
in the backfield.
Play by
Huge
the
stop.
Caveman defense. Great stop. The Alamogordo offense trying to go back to the run with Best. He's been great in it all. So
Decline
it is,
it.
in fact.
Like as soon as the play developed, you know what I mean? Pretty crazy.
So now the Cavemen are more than likely, or what they should do.
Out, and then, yeah, they can't stop the clock anymore after that.
So the Cavemen, with their 4th win of the year, a close call, a nail biter.
Down to the last second.
Down to
Sounds
the
like
end.
Last several games that they've had.
Yes. So the Cavemen have played in a lot of tight ones. This is the one they needed most. And we'll see what happens as they move forward. Their next matchup, Las Cruces, in Las Cruces, and that will not be easy.
I know Alamogordo had the timeout, so they call it, but it's almost like just customary, you know what I mean, to get that, because they can't stop the clock after this, so it won't matter in the end.
Yeah, there's no reason for it, but I guess you do it as a coach to show
Yeah.
your team that you're still doing what you can. Regardless, good game by the Cavemen to finish it off. I mean, I felt like it was a pretty rocky start, a lot of penalties on both sides, and still something that the Cavemen will look to clean up. We'll have the coaches interview again this week with Coach Sanders, so you guys will have to tune in and check that one out.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, well, of course you say Casey Pettis because he got the 3 passing touchdowns to break the record, but you also got to give Richard Hernandez co-player of the game with all those plays that he made that were pretty fantastic.
100%. I agree with that. Richard Hernandez, huge player tonight. Of course, Brock Wright, also huge. All right, so another kneel for the Cavemen, and that should bring it down to about 20 seconds. Guys, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Carlsbad Medical Center. Women, here's your yearly reminder to get your mammogram. If it's been more than a year since your last check, make an appointment now. Early detection saves lives. Call Carlsbad Medical Center at 575-887-4481. Cavemen running the clock down to 15 seconds, and now they're going to snap the ball and kneel out again. And I don't know why he takes a lunge forward, but he does it anyways. The Cavemen get this victory, 26-21, and they made it way closer than you'd like to have as a fan. But the win is a win, and we'll see you soon. Thank you guys for tuning in, supporting Carlsbad Cavemen Athletics and Cave Girl Athletics. Guys, tune in next time.